Hi, I am going to go ahead and start rolling. Start uh, recording what the message has been given to me regarding the humanity and the situation that we all are in at this time. Good news, good news, good news. I was doing it all by myself, but then it got to the point where I was like, I gotta stop this right now and do it where we all can learn together. As we do this, I want to unravel what is being said right along with you all. And I be doggone it, where is my tablet? Because I had started it. Now, let me see something. Hold on one moment. I want to see how to pause this so I could go grab my tablet. Well, anyway, I'll be right back in about 10 seconds. Okay, what I had started doing at first, the first ones that God gave me in the beginning before it started, this was like 2 nights ago, the numbers 124 came up. And I forgot the numbers 124. I'm not sure how they came about. And that's something that I need to start doing, writing down how did the signs or the numbers or the whatever message God was giving to me. I need to be more, now that I'm bringing it to the people, I need to be more conscious of writing down how and when and where the messages are coming to me from, because it's not just for me alone. Things that God is giving to me now in my life, it's for the whole, for the collective, for all of us, for all humanity. So I can't be selfish and take the messages and not consider delivering it in a manner that I'm not the only one that the message is for. So forgive me. I don't remember how the numbers 124 came about. Whether it was the time I awakened and then those numbers showed up again, or whether it was something that I saw outside, and it couldn't be outside because I haven't been outside that much. But trust me, the confirmation of the numbers 124 is the foundation of how it's starting off. Okay, so I was in the beginning looking up 1. Okay, here are the numbers 1. And then the Most High gave me the numbers 124, but then he told me don't do it from the animal cards. Okay, so I was led to look them up from the animal cards. And again, the foundational numbers are 124. Okay. So this was like 2 days ago, 2 mornings ago. So what I started doing was seeing how did I read the numbers on my own. I like to find out how am I reading the messages from my own intuition, and then when I read the book, and you mean to tell me I done left the book. One moment. Oh, I see what I did. I brought the other book. Oh, I did have the book right here. I went all the way in there and had the book right here. But okay, let me get comfortable. And those of you, I'm letting you know now, I have a feeling this may be a part 1 and a part 2, because it seems like quite a bit needs to be unraveled because I didn't open up any of these other cards. I wanted to do this together. Let us find out what's going on together. And to me, it is exciting and it's good news because from my intuition, hold on, I'm still getting comfortable here. From my intuition, I'm looking at, okay, all right, Father, let me have clarity. Let me give this with courage and boldness to say it as I see it, and let it be motivating and elevating for those that hear. Let us have ears to hear, that we may become more of the deity that we're created to be, that we are. Let whatever information come forth help us to be more of the gods that we are, more of the power of the creator that you made us to be in your likeness. We are co-creators along with you. Okay. All right. So the first things I was doing when I opened up this study this morning, again, I got the cards 3 days ago as far as the message 124, but I didn't start opening it up until now, this morning, 2 days ago, 2 days later. Okay, 1, I was saying to myself, we know that 1 is the all, that's okay. All right, Wanda, let's do this in a way where, excuse me. Okay. First, I noticed that 1, 2, 4 are different levels. They're the different stages, the different phases, the different frequencies, the different levels. 1, 2, 4. This is like the baby stage. This is like the, we going through, and then this is like we went through. Okay. 1 is basically we've passed the test. We kind of understand again how the things of life operate. We're working in our power. We're we got a good discernment. We know how to fly above the storms. We've been through the trials and the tests, and we pretty much on guard, right? Okay, these the different phases. The 2 is they're basically still in the level of learning how to balance out life. I noticed that this yin sign, yin, it's like it's missing the yang. So it's still in the process of learning how to balance life. And also I noticed the shell. The shell is like, you're the waters. You're in the process of learning how to fly above the waters. The floods, the storms. You're learning how to balance things out. You're learning and you're passing your tests. You're getting to the stage. You got strength. The bone, I'm recognizing this, the eagle has a bone too, and this bone. So to me, I guess bones is representing strength or strong. I don't know. And now, when I saw this bird, it kind of reminded me of Noah's Ark. Noah sent a bird out to go see if there was dry land. And this bird seems like it's at the stage, like I said, you're learning how to be on dry land when the floods. You're learning how to balance life. Even though there may be floods, you know how to stay in the air, dry land. You know how to stay on dry land. You don't get drowned by the floods of life. And again, it's balancing the yin yang. It's balancing. You're learning how to balance life. You're learning your strength in the spirit. And I noticed also in all of these cards, it had feathers. And that's to let us know that God is with us on every round. The feathers are in all of the cards. the God, that means the Spirit is with us in everything, everywhere, every step, every phase we're in. So, and then there's a message for each one of the phases, each one of the levels. So now the baby level, the prodigal, the novice level is we're all learning. We are all still learning how to evolve. Even when we get to the eagle stage, we still are evolving in even higher depths. We're still learning how to be creators. To me, the main foundations is learning how to be co-creators with our Father, with the Most High, with the Spirit. It's learning how to be co-creators, learning how to be God. Now, this here baby stage, we see that again, the God, the Spirit, the universe is with us. But at this stage, we know that the deer it's a little, it has big ears, big eyes. It's sincere in wanting to learn, wanting to hear, wanting to follow the message of God. And, that is the direction that it's choosing to be in, following God's Spirit, following the universe, following his heart. So we know that that's the heart of the deer. It's sincere in wanting to follow the ways of the Spirit. But by it being young and lack of discernment, it hasn't yet discerned the tweaking, the finalizing of the hearing and the seeing. It's still learning to discern whether this God, whether this not, whether this me, whether this the enemy, so it's still in a stage of discernment with the big ears, the big eyes. You're hungry, you're learning, you're discerning, you're learning how to discern. So in that time of discernment, you're opened up to a lot of the challenges of life. This is like a claw grabbing, and that looks like a jewel to me. Like the claw is grabbing a jewel. And then the wishbone, and we see here the eagle has, I think when I was a child, you used to snap the wishbone and whoever got the biggest part, and here we see the eagle with that side of the wishbone. He has that bigger part of that wishbone. I thought that was neat. And also we noticed this rock. I noticed this rock, meaning grounding. And that's what a lot I've been doing, at least a lot last week. As I was doing the gardening, rocks that I was digging up out of the dirt and stuff were calling me. And I had to bring them inside the house because they were like my energy groundings. I brought them in because I felt like the Most High was telling me these are giving me energies to stay grounded. Like I needed to be more grounded in this time, what's going on in my life. Excuse me. Okay, so we notice again the eagle has the big part of that wishbone. And then here with the deer, it has the wishbone. And then we see the tooth, and the claw. So being at this young stage, you're learning how to become, how to grow. All of the different challenges of life, that's all part of the process. You use every challenge, and know that God is with you. Just keep God in prayer, and everything you do, always include in every areas of our life, in every whatever, we always include the Spirit. This feather means he's always there. So we should always include our spirit, the universe, God, in everything that we do. But in all of the challenges, the stages of the trials, everything, use it because it's going to help elevate to the growth that we're needing to be. So we're learning discernment. You're learning discernment. We're learning how to discern what's God, what's the universe, what's our intuition, what's good, what's not a productive move. We're learning how to discern what we hear and what we see. And again, we're balancing. Now that we've learned to discern, now we go to different levels of balancing. Learning to balance our energies, the positive and the negative, the male and the female, the darker side, our shadow side. We're learning how to balance ourselves, Here we're learning how to hear and see. Everything we're doing, we're elevating ourselves. Okay, so 1, 2, and 4, that was my discernment that I was getting on my own knowledge, from my own intuition. Now, let me read from you the book, what the book says. Okay, 1, 2, and 4. Okay, let's see what the book says. The only far I got was the eagle. I did get to the eagle, and then it was getting good. I was like, oh no, I want to do this in front of everybody. I want to do this with everybody. We're learning together. We are learning together. And these cards up here, what I had did, wow, this is something. Okay, what I did was, okay, the Most High gave me 1, 2, and 4. Then all of a sudden, I was led to get the cards 21, 12, 41, 14, 42, 24. I was like, oh my gosh, now how much can this keep going? So that's what these cards are here, 24, 21, 14, 41, 42, 12. The different denominations, the different ways you can put these 1, 2, and 4 together. If you see other ways, then okay, but right now that's all I have. And then this one card right here, oh my gosh, this came from another deck, fertility. Trying to see where it says fertility. It came from another deck. And the reason it came from another deck, I cannot find number 14 from the deck that these came from. And I'm like, oh my gosh, where is number 14? So, okay, I go to the other deck and I dumped all the cards out of the box. And guess what card was left inside of the box? Number 14. And I don't look at anything as a coincidence or anything. But number 14, oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on, but it looks good to me. Fertility, it looks good. That looks like good news to me. Where is the focusing on it? But again, I'm looking at all of it looks like good news. I see the star, the whale with the star right there. I mean, before I go into reading, I'm looking at good news. There's a star. Here's a star. I mean, it's awesome. And it's okay. And what else? And then what this look like to you? All this mess with that COVID mess, that disease mess? Is that a bat? Huh? Okay, this getting, but what we got right there, we got the star. Ooh-wee. Okay, and what else? This the owl. Okay, all of these are good news. These are signs of good news to me. Good news. That's a porcupine. Okay. I don't know what they mean yet. We'll find out together. This is awesome. This is so awesome to me. Okay. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. Okay, let's see. So now I'm going to read what 1, 2, and 4 means. Okay, let me see if I could get, I want to get all the numbers in there. Okay, 1, 2, and 4. Okay, that is number 1, the eagle. All right, let me get my ink pen. One moment. Okay, number 1 is the eagle. All right. That's number 1. That's the eagle. And again, I noticed the grounding from the rock. And we know that, you know, he basically has conquered the trials of life and everything, you know. So basically, we're going to see what God is saying with the eagle on the 1. These are the ones on, you know, the teachers and the leaders and the coaches. By now, you should be in that stage if you're you know that. Okay, I'm not going to read everything. Oh wow, Father, please. Okay, let's see. Because 1 was the only one that I had a chance to open up before I decided to just let's do this together. I want to do this together. Okay, so what I outlined was it is the ability to live in the realm of spirit and yet remain connected. And again, we're doing 1. Okay, we're doing 1. It is the ability to live in the realm of spirit and yet remain connected and balanced within the realm of the earth. That's part of grounding. That's like that rock. That's part of grounding. Okay, and then eagle represents a state of grace achieved through hard work. It took work to get to this level. You got to start from here to there to here. This is no overnight thing. You start as a deer and then you keep growing to this level, and you know, it's a process. It's not no overnight thing. Anybody tell you it is, they have other motives, other reasons. But okay, go back in. Okay, so but yes, okay, so it says it represents a state of grace. You know how to flow above the trials. You can flow now. You know how to soar. You can see things way before it get to you. You know, you're not in the middle of that storm. You may be in it, but you ain't got nothing to do with it. You are not of it. You're in it, but you're not of it. You are an observer now. You can stand back and see this stuff happening without it even getting in your insides or you getting all emotional and angry. And you know now how to be in the middle of chaos, but you're in the calm of the storm. You're way up high looking at the storm down below. You could see it miles and miles away even before it get to you. You know, you've learned the processes. You've been through the processes. You've been through the storm. You've been through that hard work to get there. You didn't just arrive there. No, you earned that. Okay, let's see what else it say. Eagle represents a state of grace achieved through hard work, understanding, and a completion of tests. Yes, you've completed all these tests. That's what this is about. You going through tests. You're learning how to discern what you're hearing and what you're seeing, and all of the wishing. You're not going to be in the wishing and in that state anymore. You're growing out of that. Okay. Let's see. Test of initiation. You pass the test of initiations. Every trial, every test we pass, we keep getting elevated to higher levels. Even at this stage, there's higher levels to be initiated into. But there are tests that we have got to pass. We have got to conquer tests of life. The tests of life. In the taking of one's personal power. This is learning to the personal power that has been given to us as gods, as creators co-creators of the universe of God, we have powers that has to be developed. And each time we keep going through these tests and trials of life, it's opening up more and more of our power. We're taking back more of the power that we were born with, that we have a right to, of life, that power of life. Personal power. It is only through the trial of experiencing the lows in life as well as the highs, and through the trial of trusting one's connection to the Great Spirit. We can't get to any of these levels if we're not connecting to the Spirit. Every area of our life has got to be in and of and through the Spirit. We've got to stay connected. We've got to stay connected. We've got to stay connected. Okay, trusting the connection to the Great Spirit, that the right to use the essence of ego medicine is earned. In order to use this power that has been given, we have got to go in and through and above, and we live and move and have our being in the Spirit. If we're going to use that power of the co-creation of the universe of God, of the Most High, we have got to do it in and of the Spirit. Living and moving and having our being through the Spirit. To be able to use this power, stay connected to the Spirit. In learning to fiercely attack your personal fear of the unknown, the wings of your soul will be supported by the ever-present breezes, which are the breath of the Great Spirit. So every area of life that we're challenging is we're going into areas of the unknown, and it takes courage. We have to fiercely attack our personal fear. Again, this is our personal journey. All of these are our personal journeys. None of this has anything to come against anybody. We're learning how to conquer our personal spirits, our personal souls. This is a personal journey. If we have conflict with anybody, it's because it's to teach us a personal goal within our own growth. So anything good, bad, ugly, it's all connected to our personal growth. Nothing should be taken personally against anyone or anything or anybody. It should be turned inside to you, to us, to God. How can I learn through this situation? What is these situations of life teaching me? The highs, the lows, the darks, the lights, the sunny, the rain. What is this having to have to do with my growth in staying connected to our Creator? How can I be initiated to the higher level, to a higher level in this situation I'm in? And it takes it takes courage to fiercely attack our personal fear of the unknown. I'll give an example. I'm downsizing, and I have a nonprofit organization where basically I'm the meat and potatoes, and it's like, what happened to my help? Where, what happened to the, so I have to have courage to fiercely attack what's not feeding my spirit right now. In every area of life, it's basically helping us to get to the point where we're learning to follow what is feeding your personal growth. the best thing to do is to get in a calm state. If something is disturbing, if something is turmoil, chaotic, you can make that personal choice. You give yourself the permission to walk away, to cut it off, to stay in harmony with peace and love and joy. You want to always stay in those frequencies. Anything that is not adding to that type of frequency, it's a low vibration. It's tuned into the wrong channel. It's not tapped into the co-creating power of the spirit of the universe of God. It's not tuned into that frequency, that vibration. It's a low vibration, a low frequency, and this is where you fiercely attack those personal fears. It takes courage. It's fearful to cut loose something that may be your job, your cash flow. It takes courage to cut off a relationship you may have been in for many years, and you may be staying in it for all kind of reasons. But it's not feeding you life. Instead, this thing is draining you, sucking you dry. This is where this discernment is coming in. To discern. Get off that wishbone. Learn how to snap that thing and go into you in the stages of floods. And now you need to get to the point of being on dry land. Being the yin. You got to get to the yang. You in the decision and the back and forth, the in and out. We got to get to the balance. We got to balance these things. We got to get courage and balance. Balance these situations that we're in. Balance them. And it says it takes fear. We have to fiercely attack the unknown. That fear of the unknown. I don't know what it's going to be like when I cut these different cash flows off. I'm getting ready to make a dent. It's going to be a serious dent in my finances. But I have trust that I'm doing it all with the God, with the Most High, with the Spirit giving me. I'm following my heart. I'm staying grounded. If I stay in these situations that's trying to confuse and just draining me, I don't live on those grounds. It's got to go. It's not feeding me life anymore. Why do you want to keep eating something that's killing you? Why are we still participating with something that isn't life anymore? Follow our hearts. Some things you may be led to stay there until the end. Some things you may have to be patient and endure. But if you know in your heart this is not giving you life, it's draining you, what the world? No, the whole thing, we got to follow our heart, follow the Spirit. Because you could stay in something and you will stay at that level. You will not keep progressing. Your life will keep going down and down and down. It will not progress. Your life will be a down spiral. But if we follow our heart, there's nowhere but up. Okay, and let's see. We gotta have fiercely attack our personal fear of the unknown. We gotta attack it. Some of these things are gonna be hard to cut off, let go. Some of it is hard. That mean our money. That mean the person we was with for years. That mean our job. That mean cutting off whatever this may be. It may mean downsizing a lot of your possessions. Some things is just smothering and cluttering and take. Oh, come on. We understand. We feeling what's going on. Feel me. Okay, and then let's see what other one. It says, and so that we can join the adventure that we are co-creating with the divine. We have to cut these things off, cut stuff off that's smothering us so we could join the co-creating with our Father, with the Spirit, with the Most High, with the universe. We are co-creators. We have got to keep in tune and stay joined with it. If he's saying cut it off, then we need to cut it off so we can stay joined in our co-creating. And believe me, anything we cutting off, it will be bigger and better than what we're losing. That's what all of these stars, are about that I'm seeing here. We got some stars in our midst here. That's what all the good news, because I'm telling you, I'm cutting it off. I'm cutting it off because I see nothing but good. I see nothing but good. Okay, and the next one is, let's go on. Now I'm going to the 2. Okay, the 2. The hawk. And again, to me, it was the balancing. The most thing I saw was the balancing. You know, the positive and negative, the male, the female energies within ourselves. We're balancing. And then the leaf, you know, the flood with Noah. He sent the bird to go get out, see if any dry land, and the bird came back with leaves. So it's like we're making this journey. We're trying to get balance, but we got strength and we're learning our balance. We're coming on dry land. We're getting ready to soar because we getting to the point where we're hitting dry land. It come a time we got to stop all this struggle and trials of life. You get to a point where, no, it's supposed to be joy and love and happiness. Okay, where is it? I don't want to wait till I die till I find it. I don't have to wait till then to see it. No, we're supposed to be experiencing life and life more abundant now. Now. Okay, let's go to 2. The hawk. 2 also mean harmony, unity. That's why I say balance. Okay. All right. I guess I have to read it all because, oh, wow. Okay. Hawk is akin to Mercury, the messenger of the gods. All right. Hawk medicine teaches you to be observant. Okay. To look at your surroundings. Observe the obvious in everything that you do. Life is sending you signals. Life is sending you signals. Life is the initiation. If you have pulled the Hawk card, then right now a clue about the magic of life is being brought to you. The magic can imbue you with the power to overcome a currently stressful or difficult situation. The test is your ability to observe the nuances of power lurking nearby. Is power the talent you have and are not using? Are solutions always hard to find because you have lost the broader vision of Hawk? Or is the Great Spirit displaying a gift that you need only to receive? Have the colors of the morning inspired you to create? Or has the gloominess of a present situation left you earthbound, unable to hear the voice within the raindrops, splashing on your windows? Pay attention. You are only as powerful as your capacity to perceive, receive, and use your abilities. What is called for here is an intuitive ability to discern the message carried within the cry of the hawk. The shrillness of the hawk's call pierces the state of unawareness and asks you to seek the truth. Okay? This could mark the coming of a warring tribe, the birth of a child, or the celebration of a counting coup. Hawk's cry signal the need for the beholder to heighten awareness and receive a message. Filled with responsibility, Hawk people see the overall view. Aware of Oma's messages from the spirit and color the calling card you gave them 3 months ago. No detail slips by them unnoticed. You observe it. You're paying attention. But are you using the power to make, are you hearing the message? Pay attention. Don't stay earthbound. Pay attention. Are you using your powers? Are you staying earthbound? Okay. It say if you receive the contrary, it may be because you have shut down your powers of observation on some level. You know you're involved in it, but you don't want to see it. You don't want to accept what the message God, the Most High, the universal spirit is bringing you. You do not want to accept it. You're turning a blind eye. You're shutting off your hearing and sight because I don't know what reason. You don't want to cut loose the job because the money is good, but you know you're miserable. You don't want to cut a certain relationship because of certain principles you may stand on. I don't know. You may don't want to lose your possessions, but you're being smothered by all of this stuff cluttered around you. I don't know what the situation may be. You see what's in your heart, but you're closing your eyes and ears to it. You're shutting down. You're staying earthbound. You don't want to keep flying in the spirit and follow your heart. And then something in your life has become too painful to feel, too unbelievable to hear, or too dark to see. It is time to examine the point at which you chose to let yourself become emotionally involved and to no longer be the observer. Are you involved in situations and it's getting in your spirit? You turmoil. You getting ulcers. You're getting migraines. How have you let yourself get this emotionally involved and you're not an observer anymore? You're not looking from up on high anymore. You're involved. You're in the middle of all of this. You're turning away from the green leaf. Look how it's turning away from the green leaf. You're staying involved in situations. You're not even, you're in it. We're not supposed to be in it. We're supposed to be of it, but we're not supposed to be in it. It's supposed to be around you, but we're not supposed to be involved in it. Emotionally, physically, no. You got to cut it off. When you allow your emotions to override your perceptions, the message from Hawk cannot penetrate in the chaos and confusion. At this point, you are asked to be mindful of the honest observer's neutral position. You got to step back. You got to cut it off. Let it go. Which allows the messages to be intuitively and clearly understood. You tell you the truth. You really don't have to pray about it because you know what's in your heart. We're at the stages now. It is loud. God is speaking loud in our hearts, in our minds, in our spirits. He is speaking very loud. The universe, God, the Most High, is speaking very loud. It's nothing you even got to pray and meditate. You know what to do. And these messages keep coming back over and over and over again. We know what to do. It's just time to fiercely attack our personal challenges, our personal fears. It's time to fiercely attack our personal fears. Freedom flight is a privilege, and being a messenger is an honor. Freedom flight, we got freedom to fly. That's a privilege. Take your flight. Take your flight. Take your flight. Stop standing on that. Stop standing on that. You're basically earthbound. You got to cut things off, let things go, get balanced. You're missing the other balance. You got to get that balance. That balance will help you let it go. Get the strength to fiercely attack our personal fears so we can take flight. Freedom flight. Freedom flight. Take flight. Take flight. Okay, number 4. This is my spiritual representation, but I'm no more a deer. I'm no more a deer. I have the spirit of a deer, but I began my level as a deer. But I elevated to the eagle, and now I'm ready also to elevate to whatever comes past the eagle. Okay, number 4, the deer. Again, my intuition was we're open to pray. You see the claw, and it looks like it wants to grab the jewel, real precious jewel, precious. And then the wishbone. We don't want to be fragile, wishing and hoping. No, we got to get to the point where we know what we're saying and we know what we're believing and doing. We living with knowing, not so much no wishing and hoping. Our life is through a knowing. And they're hearing and seeing, but we got to get discernment and watch out for the prey. Open to pray, the claw. You know, we're open to pray. Okay, number 4. Okay, number 4. All right. Okay, due to this gentleness and caring that fawn embodies, the pathway is now clear for all of Great Spirit's children to reach Sacred Mountain without having to feel the demons of fear blocking their way. And as I said, we got the Most High, that feather, meaning the Spirit is with us all. The Spirit is with us all. And we have the power, the courage to go through any challenges of life, knowing that God got our back. God got this. We're moving from our heart. So we don't have to be afraid of sickness, of disease, of poverty, of lack, of enemies of any face, fashion, form. We don't have to be afraid because we're trusting and leaning on the Spirit of the Most High, of the Creator of the universe. And we have all power right along with us. But we have to get the discernment to stay in the Spirit. If we're staying in the Spirit, we're growing with our discernment of hearing and seeing, of what we're hearing and what we're seeing. But we have to stay connected to the Spirit to learn that discernment. Okay, and let's see. Dear teaches us to use the power of gentleness to touch the hearts and minds of wounded beings who are trying to keep us from Sacred Mountain. All those people, a lot of us are, since this level is very much dealing with current situations. You know, we're living with current situations. We're working with certain people. It's right there in our immediate surroundings. You know, at this level, we may be still arguing and still fighting and fussing. But we have got to learn to let that go. We have got to learn to disconnect ourselves from the fighting, from the arguing, from the backbiting and gossiping. And we may have a sincere heart to want to follow God and want to follow our Spirit, Creator, you know, learn how to hear from God. We may have a sincere heart, but at this stage, we may still be participating with things of arguing and fighting and lying and cheating and you know, just doing those things, and maybe still not in control of habits like drinking, smoking, overboard type things. We haven't gotten into the moderation of life. And what this is telling us, since if we may be close to those that, if we're not doing it, then that means somebody may be close to us that still may be doing those things. But we're right there in the immediate circle. And for us to have patience with them and don't lash back out at them, cursing or fussing or fighting. We got to let that go. That's not our character on this journey with the Spirit, with the Creator, with the universe. That's not our journey. So what we have to realize is that they are in a state where they don't have the peace, the connection. And anybody that is acting in a certain bad, negative, on a low frequency, low vibration, we are not to judge them or condemn them or fight them, argue with them. We are to understand where they are. Because at one time we were probably there too. At one form of fashion, we were at a low frequency, low vibration level too. To me, it's not about what we're doing. It's the levels that we may be on, the frequency, the vibration levels. That's why we can't compare one thing above another thing. Oh, I don't do this, but they do that. I don't do that. Oh, I do that. No, that's a low vibration, low frequency. You're all on the same frequency, the same level. So there's no room for judgment or nothing against each other or nobody, because basically you're functioning on the same vibration level. Until you gain balance and control, of moderation, until we gain balance and learn how to discern, we're not supposed to judge and fight, argue, because at this stage you're probably involved with all of that. It's right there in your immediate circle. By the time you get to this stage, you don't have none of that mess around you, because you basically fly alone. You basically fly alone. You observing from way up high, looking down low. You don't have any of this in your world. Your world don't have any of this type of immediate. But that's the process. This interaction, dealing with chaos and arguing and fussing, the best thing to do is to either let it go, move on to peace and happiness, because that's what we keep our eye on. No matter what, our focus is to always be on happiness, joy, and peace and love. This is always our focus. Anything that is not bringing happiness, joy, and peace, we have to fiercely attack our personal fears and let it go, so we can become peaceful and happiness. But again, some of us, if we haven't been led to let it go, we may have to stay there and learn the lesson that's coming from that. Sometimes you could let go something, but you didn't learn the lesson. You didn't learn the whatever challenge. That's why you always stay connected and find out, Father, do you want me to stay? Do you want me to go, Father? But if it's in your heart to let it go, then let it go. But if you don't know, you stay connected and follow the Spirit. Don't do anything. Don't do anything in these chaotic situations until you know, because it may be a lesson in the situation. And then if you leave too early, you may be going round the mountain over and over again, because you're not learning the lessons. So while you're in this chaotic environment that's immediately around you, your immediate environment, arguing, fussing, fighting, don't go to that level. For you to learn the lesson, in this level, for you to grow, you don't participate with the arguing, with the fussing, with the fight. You don't participate with it. You understand where they are, and you're trying to go to another level. They're not trying to go to another level. You are. So you don't participate with that confusion, with the chaos. You wait on God to either remove it from you, or you wait until God say time for you to go. Because either way, he's not going to keep, the Most High, the universe spirit, it's not going to keep you there. When it's time for you to go, the Most High will say, move when I move. Go. Or when it's time for you to stay, it's because you got lessons that you need to pass your test to be initiated to the next level. Stop the fussing, stop the fighting, stop the arguing, stop the gossiping, stop the bitterness in your heart, stop the unforgiveness in your heart. Let it go. Let all of that mess within you. We're learning how to balance our own personal bodies, souls, and minds, spirits. We're learning how to balance it. So learn in every situation you're involved in. Do not participate on low vibrations. You're aiming for a higher frequency, higher vibrations. They don't know. The other people that's not trying to do that, we have to understand what level they're on. Don't judge them, forgive them. Don't argue back. You stay calm, you stay quiet, and watch God fight your battle. God got your battle. God got this. God got that claw. Let God fight your battles. You don't have to fight your battles. To go to the next level, you can't be fighting your battles. To get balance, you can't do this. Let the Most High, let the Spirit do this. We have to learn to trust.